friends, and welcome back to my channel, Cara ASMR. I want to thank you for stopping by. I know this video is a bit different from the past videos of this 12 days of ASMR, but it's going to be fun nonetheless. So, one of my favorite holiday traditions is baking cookies. Did you guess the video from yesterday's clue? Maybe you did. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, today we're going to be making a very simple recipe. This is a recipe that my family's been using. It's all over the internet. But my mom discovered it from a Food Network show or something a long time ago, and we've been using it ever since because it's really simple. It's a 3 recipe, it's 3 ingredients, and it's very simple to make. So, I'm going to run through what you're going to need and things like that, and then we'll start with mixing the ingredients. Now, for me, for mixing, I like to use gloves, powder and latex free, just because the powder makes it taste weird. Believe me, you'll only make that mistake once. Then you're gonna need a whisk. So just any little whisk will do. You're gonna need a fork if you're going to do the designs. Sometimes we don't, and we just put a Hershey Kiss on top. That works too. But today we're not going to be doing that. And then you need a measuring cup. You can have a small one, but this is just a 1 cup measuring cup, just because everything else you just need 1 cup of for 1 batch. So, for the last thing, material-wise, you're going to need a mixing bowl. This is just a little one I got from Walmart. It's a 12 cup. But anyone will really do. And then of course you need your pan with tin foil or parchment paper. Preferably I like to use parchment paper. It's easier, I don't have to use butter spray, and it's better. So yeah. So now for the ingredients. You're going to need peanut butter. So I like to use creamy. I think it's best. Just crunchy. I don't know, you can do crunchy, but it's just, I just don't like them crunchy. So creamy, this is a huge one I bought because we're making a lot of cookies this Christmas. So obviously. And then you're going to need a cup of sugar, just plain white sugar. This is, I think we usually keep just sugar. I'm almost out actually, so. And then you're going to need just 1 regular old egg. So, for mixing, 1 cup of sugar and 1 cup of peanut butter. So, what I'm going to do is do the sugar first, just so it doesn't stick. It'll be easier that way. So, I'm going to move my pan and sit it on a shelf over here. And I'm going to do the sugar. Now, I would like to note, while you're doing all this, preheat your oven to 350. So, let it preheat. Mine's doing that right now, it's preheating, so. What you're going to want to do is just make, do you hear those trucks? It's against the law to have coal trucks up where we live, and people still bring them up here. So, I just have a little, this is a 1/4 cup. So, really just 4 of these. However, I am quite a stickler, and I love to, it's a thing where I like to have a measuring cup just because not every scoop is going to be exactly full to 1/4. So, now I decided to do this video because I love baking Christmas cookies. It's a Christmas tradition, and I feel like you can't have a 12 days of ASMR without it. And two, I've always found cooking shows to be quite relaxing. Okay, so there's our 1 cup of sugar. And sometimes the sounds are really relaxing, so now that is all we need for the sugar. Now for the peanut butter. This is really whitewashing my face without foundation. It's okay. So, I'm going to take the peanut butter. Now you can use, it doesn't really matter if you use generic or name brand. It's just, this is cheaper to buy a huge, I think this is 4 pounds. Yeah, this is 4 pounds. It's a lot easier. So we're just going to scoop a cup into here. So, just scoop globs. So this is kind of the trickier part for me. Just trying to smush it all the way down in there so that I can get a cup. I've tried the melting process before, and personally I think it just makes it harder to form into your cookie once you've melted it. So this may be a little bit more difficult, but it's better in the long run. We're almost there. We're at about 3/4 cup. So maybe just 1 glob more. Okay. Okay, that's about 1 cup of peanut butter. So now I'm going to close up the jar of peanut butter and mix it in with the sugar. So to do this, I'm just going to take the measuring cup and just scoop it in. Let me zoom you down. So I'm just going to use and just scoop it all in. Now I'm using a fork just because this is what I'm going to be using to do the imprint after we form the cookies. This already smells so good. I love the smell of peanut butter. And there is a recipe. I'll have to find it. But there's a recipe and a way you can do the same thing with this for dog treats. Because, you know, your dogs like treats on Christmas too. So, okay, so now that we have the peanut butter and sugar mixed together, we're going to put the 1 egg in it. So, I'm just going to get a hard surface, like the edge of this measuring cup. Crack it in. And this is why we wear aprons. Eggs are very messy. So, now that you have your mixture, we're going to mix it. I'm just going to put on my gloves. Hygiene. Because although we do have a mixer, we'll need to use our hands at one point. Just to make sure everything's mixed together, and then when we form the balls, everything needs to be mixed together. The little balls of dough. That's going to make our cookies. So, if you're wearing rings, you could tear your gloves. I've done that multiple times. So, I'm going to zoom you back down so we can start mixing. Okay, so this is our mixture. I'm just going to take the whisk and start mixing. So, you can see it's like stuck. Now this whisk seems to be a bit flimsy. So I'm going to bring in my fork to start mixing. It has a little bit more peanut butter on it, so it's fine. So can start mixing it up. Now, if you need to rest your hands, be sure to do that. You don't want your hands getting tired. Make sure you scrape the bottom and the sides. It's already starting to turn into a nice dough for the cookies. So, I think I'm going to stick with the fork for this one. The whisk seems a bit flimsy for its texture. Now I'm gonna scoop that peanut butter down in here. Now, I'm just gonna, so it could go for a little bit more mixing. So let's just okay. Now that seems pretty good. But let's just mix it a few more times just to be sure. better to be overmixed than undermixed. You don't want to be tasting egg when you cook it. Okay, now that I've mixed everything together, I'm just gonna get my pan up here, and then I'm gonna start making the dough into little balls to put on the tray. It's pretty simple. So, just have a metal baking sheet, and we'll be taking some parchment paper. Got that. I'm gonna place it into the tray. And now we're ready to put it on. So, what we're gonna do is pick up some dough. You don't need very much. These do expand a little bit. So I just like to form bear one apiece. I just like to form a little ball. Now keep in mind these are a little movable, but no bigger than that, really. Well, yeah, let's just take a little bit out. We don't want these being too big, so about like that is fine. And now, once I get them placed on the tray, I'm going to show you how we get them down to the cookie size. So, again, not too big. If you find it's too big or too small, you can easily add or take away. That's the glory of the cookies. So, I like to do no more than 3 to a row, just so they don't stick together when baking. So just take up a little bit. This could actually stand to take a little bit more. And then just place it. Now you don't want them too close or too far apart, because if you put them too far apart, you wasted some room that you could have used to put more cookies. So, used to lose a few. Okay. Maybe I took a little bit too much. older viewers, or for those who are professional chefs and cooks and bakers, if I've done something that's like wrong, let me know down in the comments how you do it. Have you made this recipe before? Let me know. I'd love to hear how different people prepare it. So. Okay. That could use a little bit more. Okay. Now, for this last one, I am going to take the fork and take all the peanut butter off of it so that I can form a dough ball with it, and so that I have the fork to do the imprints. So, and there's dough left over, so I'm obviously going to make a second batch off camera. So, now for the imprinting. So now how I do this is, which way can you see? You can see this way. Okay, so it's very simple. I just press once. And then press twice, very, very lightly. As you can see, I did it a little too hard there. So, once real light, and then once again. And so you have that adorable little cookie shape for a peanut butter cookie. So, then you just continue doing this. Okay, so now that the cookies are all pressed down, we're going to stick them in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes. Okay friends, so it has been about 15 minutes. So I put the cookies in, let them cool, and so they're done. Now, these are the cookies, and we're gonna do a little taste test. So, I'm just gonna take one right off top. As you can see, it's very golden, not burnt. So, that is really good, if I do say so myself. That's really good. Alright, well I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. And before I go, I wanted to go ahead and give you your hint for tomorrow's video. Are you ready? Because it's the last day. I mean, it's so exciting. So, tomorrow's hint involves probably my favorite series of all time, and it has 7 books. I'll give you that hint, so get ready for that. And until next time, remember, beautiful, you're wonderful, and you are loved. Bye.